+1 DTE, again, narrow transition, which is nice. That'll give us an easy trading plan for today. Again, 43.50, we keep referencing that to the downside, 43.25, and then to the upside. We do have in the money and out of the money calls, which is great. Call speculation still alive and well to the upside on the +1 DTE. But again, 4,400 to the upside is pretty significant, and then 44.10, you see it right there. So we'll see how this continues to play out today. What's nice with the web app is you can click this on and off throughout the day via this tile right here, and see how it changes as the day progresses.
Unlock your potential with a comprehensive suite of investing tools and expert education with GammaEdge. Start your free 14-day trial today.
Good morning, traders. This is Michael coming to you from GammaEdge on Wednesday, October 18th with our pre-market morning briefing and strategy session. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into our Discord SPX PBI BMO commentary, gold level here. Just wanted to show this to everybody. Obviously, this is for gold members only. This is posted pre-market. Paul started at 8:04 a.m. and really he started about 5 or 6 a.m. Putting together a morning call PDF for all of our members. So if you're a bronze member or looking to join GammaEdge and watching this on YouTube, gold level, all the commentary here are included with our morning call PDF, as well as our web app charts with commentary to really get you started for the day and get you a good plan in place for the morning bell. So we'll go ahead and jump right into the PM settled charts. PM settled charts here. The all expiries turned on, denoted really quickly with the transition levels above and below spot price. Yellow is spot price at the close yesterday. Call dominated above and below. We note the transition levels really haven't changed much. Up here in our right hand widget. There we go. So continuing with the PM settled here, all expiries turned on. We've noticed transition really hasn't changed much. 43.50 to the downside. 43.75 up to 4,400 is those levels we'd be looking at. The widget over here that we have, noticing COTMP and COTMC haven't really changed much, so the structure really is just kind of coasting sideways. If you're doing any type of TA analysis or supply and demand, you can easily see that with price action, and we'll look at that after we get done with our briefing here, as we've been really stuck in a range, SPY, SPX, and the ES. So we really need to see this range expand to the upside. Obviously that would mean or look for out of the money call speculators to step in and continue placing positions to the upside, or you'd want to see if we're going to move to the downside, obviously erosion of these in the money calls, which are below spot price, and transition here, and more put speculators to come in there. But again, as we said, at the moment, we're pretty much stuck range bound. Maybe that will change and unhinge into OPEX, which we have on Friday. But again, 43.50 to the downside, 4,000 to the upside, and we'll see how we act around transition. Going into today, I'd anticipate this transition to be a supportive type action because of in the money calls below us. So any weakness down into here, I would looking to be long in the market as long as the tick is cooperating with. So we'll go ahead and move on. This is the AM settled, all expiries turned on here. A little bit wider, obviously transition just because the AM settled here. But again, call dominated above and below spot price. Pretty easy to see, your eyes drawn to that 4,000 level to the upside. A significant amount of net delta and total OI there. And then to the downside, I'd be looking at 43.50, and then below 43.50, still a little bit more weakness possible, down to 43.25. Again, all this pullback would be supportive type action into these in the money calls below us, unless we see a significant erosion of those in the money calls structure. If we want to move up to the upside, we'd like to see these in the money puts above us start to erode or close mechanically, and then call speculators start to fill these in with green net deltas to the upside, as well as net GEX and increasing the total OI calls to the upside. Here is the AM settled Friday expiry only, denoted by the tile turned on over here. Again, transition there. Put dominated on this look here, above and below spot price. You'll notice though that we have a significant amount of in the money calls below us that could be a supportive type action. Again, 4,000 to the upside, pretty significant. So we'll watch how this plays out. But again, this is expiry for Friday, so this will be changing after Friday's OPEX. All expiries turned on combo complex, kind of the same state we've been in. You'll notice the transition really maintains the same. COTMP, COTMC really don't change that much, significant within just the normal range. 4350 the downside, 4350 there. Notice 3 million net delta there, 270,000 contracts, so pretty important. And then to see upside 4,000. So really kind of the range I'm looking at, stuck between 4350 and 4,000. Anything below 4350. We could get a little bit more weakness below that, but the in-the-money calls obviously will be supportive unless we see mechanical closure. Here is the combo complex landscape view. Not much change from yesterday or throughout this week. Again, calls above us, puts below us. We'd like to see this start to fill above. These increase and grow out in time also as you go price and time for us to have a structure that's supportive of a move higher, at least above that 4,400, which continues to kind of be that supply area and that large gamma node, delta node above us. Here is plus one DTE. Again, narrow transition, which is nice. That'll give us an easy trading plan for today. Again, 43.50. We keep referencing that to the downside. 43.25, and then to the upside. We do have in the money and out of the money calls, which is great. Call speculation still alive and well to the upside on the plus one DTE. But again, 4,400 to the upside is pretty significant, and then 44.10, you see it right there. So we'll see how this continues to play out today. What's nice with the web app is you can click this on and off throughout the day via this tile right here, and see how it changes as the day progresses. Here is the 0 DTE above and below, call dominated above and below spot price. Again, same transition level, really can't beat that much more. 43.50 to the downside, 4,400 to the upside. You see this trails off pretty quickly, at least just with the gamma look on the bars here, but you also denote the net gex really drops off from the thousands to the hundreds, really above that 44.10. So again, a significant move to the upside. Would need to see these in the money puts erode, calls above us come in pretty quickly, and watching the vol u vol d command would allow you to be able to visualize that throughout the day. So anticipatory for me, obviously heading into OPEX, I would anticipate range bound still, 4,400 to the upside, 43.50 to the downside. Again, as Paul and I were discussing this morning, would not be surprised if we pull back to transition level, which would still be supportive. Really not really any major market structure change as we have in the money calls below us. That would continue to be support. We'll go and look at some pre-market price action, kind of discuss the range we've been looking at. So I have ES up here, pretty well-defined range. This is a 65-minute chart. You can move to a 4-hour daily chart. But if you go all the way back, this previous demand had turned, had been broken, becomes supply, then we break it again, and then it becomes demand again, and then we just basically move sideways within a range. We do get the normal sweeps, the undercuts, and the overshoots, as you'll see on the SPY and SPX, which is just normal price action that happens with volatility throughout the day. So really don't be too stuck on looking at those, just understanding that where you're at within the overall market structure, and then understanding that if you're looking to take trades, then obviously if you're looking to go long in these demand levels, managing your risk versus there, and then obviously understanding that the supply is still there, and understanding if you're going to short into supply levels, obviously understanding where you need to put your stops. We'll go ahead and look at the SPY. Really, we've been stuck between this 430. I'd give it the 430 level up to the 437. Obviously, see where P-Trans COTMC is at. So really, it's back and forth continues. So understanding where you're at in the overall market structure, that the market structure really is just sideways and range bound. So for us to see a significant move up, we'd need to move above P-Trans, start living above P-Trans for a significant amount of time, and then start targeting COI and plus GEX. But to have that to happen, we need to see calls come in above us and puts close, and then continue that market structure. I really kind of call it a bracket that you can continue to move up. So you can watch this really throughout the day, really on any time frame you want. But that bracket is really well defined at the moment here between that 432 and 437 level. So we'd want to see that whole bracket really start to shift up, and you'd want to see that in the market structure. And would want to see that in the web app also, as you'd want to see the calls move up to the upside, out of the money call speculation really start to come in and start targeting above that really 440 level. SPX, it would be above that 4,400 level as we continue to move. So yesterday, we'll just go ahead and recap yesterday. I think we had it pretty well nailed. We were discussing 4340 as an area where we would anticipate some supportive type action. It just played out pretty well. We started moving back through 0gex and then P-trans, and then obviously we ran all the way to COTMC. So days like these really are rare, that we run all the way from below 0gex to P-trans all the way up to COTMC. So when we get those days, it's nice to be involved if you can be, but just even a 0gex to P-trans trade yesterday would have been excellent, and then trailing some of your positions once we moved above P-trans really could have gave you a nice significant trade yesterday. We discussed in the morning that we were call dominated, so supportive type action, we'd be looking for that. It was a trigger day on the tick, so again, unless the tick completely fell apart yesterday, we'd be looking to get involved long in the market. So that's kind of what our stance will be today. We'll see really how that 43.50 plays out, 43.70, and then really 43.80 to 4,400 to the upside. We'll see where we open at. So make sure you're using these trading view levels. Understanding where 0gex and transition are. It's extremely important. Taylor and I and Paul, we all talk about transition. Extremely important knowing where you're at within the overall market structure, structuring trades around that, and then really using that as to manage your risk. So for me, if I'm long versus 0gex and then I'm taking profit to the upside, of course this is day trading or intraday trading. Everything starts on an intraday time frame, but can be transitioned to a swing time frame if you're looking to hold overnight. But really 0gex has to hold really throughout the day for me to stay involved in a long trade, if that is my structure. Understanding that 0gex is the balance point between calls and puts. So if we move below 0gex, then that balance point is changing. You're staying above 0gex, that's leading a little bit more towards the call balance side. Obviously, call dominated side, we can look at the web app. But then above P-trans, obviously knowing what P-trans is and the transition to everything, all the strikes above that are call dominated, leads to move back to the upside. So make sure you're understanding where you're at in the structure, what each of these levels mean, what they really are saying as with respect to price action, and how you want to position throughout the day. So that's it. That's all I have this morning. Hope that helps everybody. We'll be in the Discord in a few minutes. Let's make it a great day. Thanks, everybody.